Before the video starts, I wanted to go ahead and show off the TikTok account that I'm going to be posting on regularly from now on. If you guys could show some love, like up the videos, follow the account, I'd greatly appreciate it. Enjoy the video, guys. I've posted on YouTube before, specifically about interest in wrestling. So apart from wrestling, I've also grown a love in working on myself, my body, myself physically and mentally. Recently, there's been a lot of obstacles in my life that has made me want to focus more on this stuff, giving me the willpower to do that instead of sit in sadness and so many other negative feelings. So I'm trying to do work on myself in the healthiest way possible. And one way I wanted to do that was by also documenting it. That way I can keep myself accountable and responsible for my journey. Before I start with this video and exactly what I'm doing, I'm going to leave a link down below to my TikTok. I'm going to be posting there. I probably won't be frequently, but I'm going to try to post on there as much as I can on just my progress. And if you guys have any questions, be able to answer around there. Body image has always been something I struggled with throughout my life, simply because I've always been a heavier kid growing up. I always struggled to be the active kid, go outside, eat healthy, eat the right things, constantly be eating junk food. That kind of set me up to a point where I was just always big. And not saying that's an issue either. At the end of the day, whatever makes you as a person happy, you should strive for that. But for me, my weight, definitely overweight, very overweight for my age. So at a very young age, as long as I can remember, from middle school, probably earlier than that, all the way to even the end of high school, I always struggled with weight. And that also stems with confidence within myself. Although I was always very self-conscious and anxiety when it came to my body and how I looked, I always struggled to make the right steps towards that. I've gone through so many routines, so many diets, so many I'm going to do this time and I'm going to get it right. And this could be one of those as well. I'm not sure. But the difference now versus before is the motivation is different. Whenever I was younger, I would say around COVID, so 2020, I weighed around 205, 210. And at a kid who was 14 years old, 5'8", that's pretty bad. In my opinion, that's bad and very unhealthy. Fortunately, throughout that summer, all the way until about like August or September, I dropped, I would say around 45 to 50 pounds. So I got down to 150, 154, and it was the best I've ever looked, at least at that point in my life. The only problem with that weight loss was that it was also attached to hatred I had for myself and the way I looked. It wasn't coming from a place of healthiness and wanting to strive for something better. That was a part of it, but it also came from, like, I just physically hate the way I look. So I starved myself. I wasn't eating enough. Some days I would go eating 800 calories to 500 calories. And I lost weight drastically to the point where whenever I finally found a state of happiness in my life after the weight loss, I gained it back because I'd found a circle, a person who loved me and appreciated me, so I didn't feel like I had to work on myself. So then I lost direction again. And then from there on out for the next 5 years, it was just a constant up and down hill with my weight, gaining the 50 pounds back, going over that, getting to 220, 225. And just struggling with keeping the weight down and struggling with myself. Over the last few years, I've been able to try and reflect and recess on happiness, and just love for myself. And that's also a big part of my journey now, is not doing this out of hatred for myself, but out of love for myself and wanting to take care of myself. And that has been one of the biggest eye-opening things that I feel like everyone should also realize, that if you're going to do these type of things for your body or your mentality, whatever it is that you're trying to improve, don't do it out of a state of negativity. Don't do it out of having to do it for somebody else. Because at the end of the day, the only person you should be doing these things are for yourself, not for the validation of others. If it's something that you want to do for yourself, that's the only opinion that matters, is your own opinion. If you can value your opinion and value yourself, I mean, sky's the limit, right? Who cares about what anyone thinks of you? And how you look. If you love yourself, that's awesome. This ending might seem a little bit abrupt, but it's because I decided to cut down the video and not make it as long. I'm going to post the rest of what I recorded in other increments, kind of how I'm doing with this one, just so it's not as long, and hopefully it allows for you guys to watch the video fully. It also allows for each video to have a focus. I'll probably post that within the next couple of days. I'm going to take my time with it. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Please make sure to check out my TikTok, posting on there a lot more. If you have any questions, please hit me up. Hope you guys have a great day. Bye-bye.